But in practice, if we go into practice, even hierarchy and gradation is introduced into number one. And I'll try to explain this now. So even in theory, despite its egalitarianism, those people who actually believe in liberalism, those individuals have more power in a liberal society, and they are leaders in a liberal society at different levels according to their capabilities in this respect, I guess. But when we move to actual liberal societies, hierarchies are introduced even among the believers, so to speak. And the basis for that hierarchy in practice. In practice, hierarchies are introduced due to the fact that freedom is a concept or an ideal which requires resources. Once you have built a liberal society based on the idea of freedom, this freedom is an empty idea unless people have resources. So in practice, what a liberal society requires is accumulation of resources. So the practical manifestation of freedom is capital, in a sense, because capital is this accumulation of resources. And a liberal society necessarily becomes a capitalist society, because if you offer freedom, and if freedom requires resources, the best way to accumulate resources is capitalism, because every individual would actualize their freedom according to their will, only to extent that scarcity is overcome and abundance is created. And that's the promise of capitalism. That's why, in actual fact, all liberal societies are capitalist societies. And belief in freedom, in actuality, is belief in capital accumulation and dedicating resources of the society to capital accumulation. And if the purpose of society is capital accumulation, a hierarchy is created on two bases. Those who know how to accumulate best have higher worth and leadership role in such a society. And secondly, those who actually have resources and actually actualize their freedom more than others actually have morally and socially higher position in such a society. So that's why, even though liberalism in theory and practice is formally egalitarian, at least at the first level, at the level of the believers in liberalism, in actual fact, a liberal society is a highly stratified, highly hierarchized, highly unequal society. And the basis of inequality is the capability to accumulate resources and actual possession of resources. So those people who have more capability to accumulate resources have a higher moral worth and higher social value, and they are the natural leaders. And second, those who actually possess more resources, more money, have a leadership role and higher power and worth in a liberal society. So we can say that a liberal society, like any other society, is a highly hierarchical society. But um, it is different from other societies in that its principle of ordering individuals, or principle of hierarchy, is freedom itself, and its concrete form of freedom, which is capital. So in other words, a liberal society structures actual inequalities on the basis of formal equality. So formally everybody is equal, one vote before the law, etc. But those who have more money and more capability to earn resources, in actual facts, they are the one who are able to win election. They are able to hire lawyers, etc., and win cases in general. And more the society is liberal, it is actually more unequal society. It has more inequality. So for example, you see America, there's more inequality because it's more liberal than, for example, Northwestern European countries, where you have social, they're liberal too, but their liberal democracy is sort of limited by social democracy and welfare liberalism or welfare socialism, etc. So that's sums up discussion of liberalism and egalitarianism. Next, we'll move to universalism, but probably we will end this session here, and we'll start the next session with universalism.